video number 3, we're talking about always be coachable. You have to be coachable. It's key to anything that you want to do in regards to you moving to that next level. Think about any great athlete. Think about anybody from a Steve Jobs to a Bill Gates, to a Jay-Z, to a Drake, to anybody that you can really think of that's really made an impact on this world. They had somebody that helped guide them along the way, whether it's a mentor or whether it's a coach. So we tend to think that a lot of people's success just came from one area, one avenue, and that's what we've tend to believe, as far as, okay, well, I just watched some videos and I learned something and that helped me, or I just took some online courses and that helped me, or I just read some books and that helped me. And really, it's a combination of all of those things, because think about this, like back in the day, you didn't have all of those things, right? You didn't have access to everything you had on access. I mean, you had access to books, but you didn't really have access to a lot of the online things that we have today. So that wasn't the biggest thing in the world as far as you being successful. Now today, it matters because the world is moving so fast, so you got to be able to get your information quickly in order to move to that next level. So yes, it's important that you learn online, but it's also important that you get a coach too. So you got to make sure that you get a coach and that you're coachable. But what does coachable really mean? Coachable means that you're receiving information, and that you're going out and you act, and you taking action on it, and you executing on it. You're not just learning things like, oh, okay, that's nice, or you're not learning things, or you're being fed information, but you're resistant to the information that you're learning because you feel like you can either do it a better way, or you feel like the information that you're getting is not the right information. So being coachable is, I'm learning, I hired this coach for a reason, and they're giving me some information, they're giving me some feedback. Let me take that feedback and then let me use this to move to the next level. So one of the coaches that I have, right, although I'm a coach, I have coaches too. So one of my coaches, maybe about a year ago, I was talking about me wanting to save some more time in my day. You know, I said I'm a productivity guy, but I'm always looking for ways to learn. And when you have a coach, they have a different perspective from you, right? If you playing ball on the court, right, you have a certain perspective, right? You can see what's in front of you. This is the perspective that you have. But when you have a coach that's on the sideline, you can see, the coach can see the whole court, right? The coach can see the whole field. The coach can see everything that's happening, and then they can give you a certain perspective or point of view based on what they see. So for my coach, I was telling him, hey, I wanted to save some time, and I'm wondering what are some other things that I can do from your perspective. So we're looking at different things, and one of the things that came up in the conversation was the fact that I'm cooking multiple times a week. I'm cooking on Tuesday, I'm cooking on Thursday, I'm cooking on Saturday or Sunday. I'm cooking 3 times a week, you know, me and my wife. And I don't understand, like, this is really taking up a lot of time. So one of the things that he suggested was, like, you know, doing meal prep. And I've heard of meal prepping before, but I didn't execute on it. And that's what's key, is what I'm telling you to do. You can hear something, but just because you heard something before, or somebody, or you know, or you've been given some good information, that doesn't mean you're taking action on it, executing on it. So I've heard this concept of doing meal preps before, but it was when I spoke to my coach about it, and he said, listen, it's really saving you a lot of time. He said, how much time do you spend typically when you cook? He said, maybe, you know, that's at least easy 60 minutes to 90 minutes, you know, just setting up, preparing, getting the pots, cooking, cleaning, doing all that stuff. Easy 90 minutes minimum. And he said, okay, now how many times you do that per week? Maybe, let's say 3 times a week. He said, okay, well, hour and a half times 3. So, all right, well, we're looking at about maybe, 4.5 hours? I said, wow, it's an extra 4.5 hours a week. He said, if you did it once, and it took you, maybe it don't take you 90 minutes to do it, it maybe take you 2.5 hours, but you would get all of that time back during that week. And we're not even just talking about cooking. We're talking about what you got to do to, you know, you the cleaning process and all that stuff really takes up more time. And I thought about it. And I said, you know what? That really makes sense. That really makes sense. And since then, I started doing my meal preps and started making sure everything was straight, because now that I did that, not only is it saving me time cooking, but now I already have it in bowls. I can just grab and go. So it's saving me so much time and so much energy. And the only reason it started saving me easily 3 to 5 hours a week was because I decided to be coachable and actually listen and implement the information that I was given. So that's what I'm gonna say to you. Make sure that, one, you get a coach if you already have one. I'm sure if you're watching something like this, you're already reading, you're already listening to podcasts, you're already watching videos. But I need you to take it to the next level. Even the best people in the world at what they do and they craft, they have coaches. So make sure that you get a coach. If you can't afford a coach right now, get a mentor. It could be somebody in your neighborhood. But either way, get somebody that can help and give you a different perspective and challenge you and always keep you learning, so you can move to that next level. So you see how we've been building up until this point. You know, we've been building up from challenging yourself, right, to learning more, right? And when you challenging yourself, you learning more. You got that person that's there that can help challenge you, that can help you learn more, help push you to the next level, give you that perspective. Boom, you off to the races. All right, so make sure that you, one, you get a coach, and two, that you're always coachable.